What is carbon neutrality? As a human being on Earth, you must know the carbon credit. 2050 is the carbon-neutral target year set by most countries, and the carbon-neutral business opportunity to reduce carbon emissions has become a major business opportunity in the next decade. In December 1997, the United Nations adopted the Kyoto Protocol to stabilize the greenhouse gas content in the atmosphere at an appropriate level to protect the Earth's ecosystem. Since then, carbon emissions have gradually become an important indicator for assessing environmental costs. In December 2015, countries pledged in the Paris Agreement to achieve a global goal of carbon neutrality by 2050 to 2100. What is carbon neutrality? Carbon neutrality is removing more carbon from the environment than is emitted. Relatively zero emissions are usually achieved by replacing fossil fuels with low-carbon energy, afforestation, energy conservation and emission reduction. So far, more than 50 countries around the world have declared carbon neutrality by the middle of this century. And more than 100 countries have mentioned it in their policies. 2050 is the target year set by most countries. To analyze carbon neutrality business opportunities, first of all, it is necessary to understand the main carbon-emitting industries. At present, the world's largest carbon-emitting industry is the power industry, and its carbon emissions account for 40% of the global carbon emissions. Secondly, the carbon dioxide emissions of vehicles account for more than 20% of the global carbon emissions. Therefore, the trend of electric vehicles to replace internal combustion engine vehicles will accelerate in the future. In addition, factories including manufacturing and construction account for 20% of global carbon emissions, so they will be forced to update their production equipment to reduce emissions. It is necessary to eliminate high-polluting and high-carbon-emitting production capacity and replace it with more efficient production capacity that meets environmental carbon emission standards. Otherwise, its exports will be taxed on carbon by advanced countries. In order to avoid being taxed, you need to buy carbon credit at this time, because some countries do not emit much carbon dioxide. For example, countries with fewer cars or factories, or countries with effective emission reduction measures for a long time, the latter situation is rare. So sell their extra carbon credits. It's like I go to buy 10 coffee coupons, and if I can't finish drinking them, I sell them to others. It's a similar concept. Therefore, a trading market for CO2 emissions is derived, and carbon credits are traded in this market. According to international conventions or corporate voluntary emission reduction framework, the carbon dioxide emissions that are not used by companies or countries are called carbon credit and are sold to buyers who need carbon emissions through the market. On December 8 last year, the EU carbon price hit an all-time high of 90.75 per metric ton. Analysts predict that the carbon fee of the EU's emissions trading system, the most mature carbon pricing mechanism, may exceed €100 in 2022. The cost of emitting carbon dioxide is likely to become higher and higher. When the 26th Climate Change Conference of the Parties ended in November last year, the EU carbon price more than doubled from the beginning of the year to €67. After the conclusion of COP26, the carbon price has accelerated to new highs. On December 8, it recorded the largest single-day increase, once exceeding €90. Analysts estimate that the EU carbon price could top €100 if natural gas prices remain high during the winter months, when energy demand is greater. In the medium term, moving forward by €200 is also just around the corner. Due to the rising carbon price, many companies have begun to invest in the carbon credit industry, and the UFT platform has also launched carbon credit-related products. What is the subject of the transaction? Development of an online carbon exchange will support global industry by increasing market transparency, including pricing, lowering transaction costs, and reducing red tape. It will also accelerate emissions reduction and provide a boost to the global economy. The UFT will make the trading of carbon exchange simpler, supporting rapidly increasing demand from the corporate sector. It will help foster the growth in global vibrant carbon markets, where a CCU credited from approved emissions reduction fund projects can be traded among individuals and businesses. The platform has optimized the operation interface, so that people can understand at a glance. And in addition to carbon credit ETF, there are also carbon-neutral concept funds and green energy, in line with the world's most powerful energy-saving and carbon reduction products. Due to the large increase in the price of carbon credits, the annualized rate of return is also quite good, reaching about 80%. In addition to fixed income and safety and reliability, there are fixed dividends to the wallet every week. It is the best investment target in the market.